I just kind of learned that life's short and it can end at any moment. The security officer come in and he'll say, all right, we're going port starboard, which means 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and we maintain that for 3 months. That's adversity. That's having to suck it up and go out there every day knowing that you don't know when it's going to end. My dad was the greatest dad you could ever ask for. He never missed a football practice. He never missed a game. He never missed a golf tournament. I mean, there was nothing better than him. I was a senior in high school. He was coming back from my brother's first college golf tournament, and went head on with an 18-wheeler. I was in football practice. I heard the sirens go off because it's a small town, so they have to have the volunteer fire department and everybody rush out there. Happened at about 5 p.m. and we didn't know what had happened. I just remember hearing the sirens at practice. And then thinking, oh, there must be a fire or something. And then we come to find out my Uncle David, who was in the Air Force, he was a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. He was sitting outside the field house waiting on me after practice. And he was like, hey, we just want to let you know your dad's been in a bad accident. They're care flighting him to Amarillo right now. And then I kind of lost all motivation to want to continue to play football because that was my driving force, was to not make him have to pay for my education. I walked into the Navy's recruiter's office and they sold me right off the bat. That was the only office that I walked into, and that was the one that enlisted me on my birthday, May 5th, 2012, on my 18th birthday.
Ty's pathway to college football is very different than everybody else in our locker room. It begins with high school graduation, 2 tours of duty, and then a locker room of college football. And he brings a perspective that he has faced adversity in a whole different realm.
I spent 2 years overseas, just completely away from everyone that I knew. I didn't know a single person I was going over there with. I didn't know anyone when I showed up. And you're 7,000 miles away from home at 18 years old. That was tough.
He's gone through things that he's fought against so that we're able to play this great game. And it puts a lot of our problems into perspective, and it makes us appreciate just every single day that we get to be here. And he's an actual tangible representation of that.
The last bye week, he went over to Fort Worth and basically reported for 5 days, passed his 1.5-mile training and all those things, which for an old lineman can be challenging. And he did it in just a little over 12 minutes, which was impressive. You know, to be able to be that committed to 2 things that require so much energy, and on top of it, he's a good student, is extremely impressive.
I never knew he was going to reserve training until he told us, or he came back in full uniform and had to be clean shaven. That's just him as a person. You know, whatever job needs to be done, he'll do it. I'm very fortunate to have gotten to know him, and very fortunate he's been in my life, and just him as a person is someone I look up to.
I'd say one of the coolest moments is I grew up as a kid watching Texas Tech, and I got to suit out against UTEP.
And I knew prior to that date about the importance of what that weekend meant to him.
We had made a decision to dress him, and when I told him that we were dressing him, that's when he told me about that being the anniversary of his father. So, you know, what a cool moment.
So I teared up just running on the field. Yeah, so it was pretty awesome. I want to tell him that I love him. That would be the biggest thing. I guess I already know that he's proud that I'm playing football at Texas Tech. I know that he's been at every home game, sitting up in the stands watching. I already know that.